Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you give a least. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
Dreams, I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. To the men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This ain't my love. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
It is a great thing. We were drying up, then all of a sudden it rained again today. And it's like, what the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I saw that on the news. I went, oh, no, Houston. Oh, here we go again.
Yeah, and Houston, it floods. It floods. Really bad. Really bad. But, more importantly, what do you have for us tonight?
Well, things are a little slow. There's no legislative session until January, so we're looking at who's running and kind of pick our candidates and trying to meet with some of them and get their thoughts on criminal justice reform. We are working on packets and one-pagers and things that we're going to need and that we need now when we meet with legislators or prospective legislators. But one thing that I don't think I've ever mentioned that people might find interesting is there are a few national groups out there that do the same thing that we do, and we work for common sense laws and policies for people who have committed sex offenses. So there are national groups out there, and through those national groups, we're able to connect with other state leaders. So that's a really big plus for us because, we're on a listserv. A lot of us are on a listserv. I'm on an email group with Nebraska and California and Illinois and Michigan and Minnesota. So we chat back and forth and we get to see what they're doing over there. What kind of laws are they trying to pass there? Because, when one state picks up a new crazy law, it usually follows, other states start to pick it up as well. So it helps us to keep track of that. We can also keep track of lawsuits that are going on in other states. And that's really helpful because there are, sometimes there will be a bill filed here in Texas that has already been struck down by the court in another state. And that helps us to beat that bill because if it was struck down there, chances are, if a lawsuit was filed, it would be struck down here. So, there's a lot of info that we can get state by state and working, with each other to see what's going on in other states. It's a lot of the same in other states, but there's a lot of big differences also. So it's pretty cool to have those connections.
So what's a few of the groups, the national groups?
One of them is NARSAL. It's a National Association for Rational Sex Offense Laws. And then there's AXAL. That's a group out of California. I can't remember, Association for, I can't remember what it is. We just always call it AXAL. And then there's a new one called United Voices for Reform. And then there's one called WAR, Women Against the Registry. So those are the four main ones right now, with NARSAL probably being the oldest group out there. And that's where I have most of my connections is through NARSAL. And it's great because I'm so interested in what other states are doing. And we also have, we have conference calls or Zoom calls once a month or once every couple of months. And we work on putting out our message and we get tips and hints from each other on the best ways to advocate. And it's just really cool to be among like-minded people.
Absolutely.
So that's what we've been doing a lot of, in between sessions, is trying to keep track of what's going on in the other states.
I think we talked last time about the fact that getting ready for the next session is very important, making those connections. So if
it is, it really is. And it's difficult. I mean, it's almost like we're climbing a mountain without any shoes on. But, we have to climb it because nobody else will do it. If you don't have advocates, you have nothing. They'll just pass one bill after another, whether they make sense or not. So, it seems like we've not been able to get much that's really substantial through as a bill, but we've killed a lot of bills. And, we have gotten a couple of really good bills through in the years that, we've been together, a group. So we just do the best we can, chin up and just keep going.
Well, like you said, killing the bills is important too.
Yes, and it doesn't help that we've got some real crazy legislators. We've got some real Looney Tune people over there right now.
Yes, we do.
There's a handful that are just way out there and kind of hard when you're dealing with those types of people. But you got to do what you got to do, and so we're just the sooner you get started, the better. The more connections, and right now you've got legislators are running for office. That's the best time to meet with them because they are willing to talk to everybody and anybody. They're looking for votes. So it's a really good time, drop in on their little gatherings or their little fundraisers and have a few words, and makes a big difference because they remember you.
Right. They remember you, but sometimes I know when I've spoken to several of them, they do not want to give support because of some of our issues like prison. They don't want to throw support.
Yeah, there's a big difference, but I would say the majority of them don't want to support because they don't want to lose their next election. But at least you get a little bit of educating in there, and you get them to thinking maybe. And it only takes one legislator to kill a bill. Just ask the right questions. If they ask the right questions, sometimes that'll kill the bill. So. We just have to do what we can and just keep moving forward, and that's what we're doing.
I think we saw that last session where it just took one voice out there, and she managed to kill, I think, a couple of bills that we were going for, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yeah, they can kill the good ones, and they can kill the bad ones, and it's like, wow. It's just, and it goes so fast. I mean, when the session begins, the first month is, just paperwork kind of stuff. And then it just seems to go really fast. Everything moves so fast. And it's just a real hustle for a couple of months there. So the more you can get done beforehand, the better.
Right. The more you can. Making those connections is always important. So what is a good address that someone on the
you can
inside can write to you at?
You can write us at Texas Voices, P.O. Box 23539, San Antonio, Texas, 78223. Now, we do not do falsely accused cases. We wish that we could, but we just don't, that's not what we're set up to do. We're all volunteers, and we don't have the resources to take on those type of cases. But you're welcome to write, and it's P.O. Box 23539, San Antonio, Texas, 78223.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mary Sue, and we look forward to having you again real soon.
Yeah, thank you guys. Y'all are doing a great job, and, I always appreciate you, so thank you for the invite again.
All right. Thank you for coming on.
All right, see y'all soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Now, she was quick draw there. Okay. Now we have Bleezie Bennett. She is a rapper, student at Northwest Education Center, and returning citizen. We had Mr. Sanchez on last week, so it's always great to have someone from the Northwest Education Center.
Yeah, I gotta give a big shout out to Northwest Education Center. Basically, have been a big pivot in my life recently. So,
which is good, which
Yeah.
is real good. Make sure you talk in the mic. So, how long were you inside?
so I essentially did 4 years.
Okay, and what units were you at?
I had diagnostics, which was in Dayton, Texas, then San Saba, and after 23 months in San Saba, I went to hobby unit for about 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Oh, 3 weeks.
Yeah, it wasn't that long, but it was enough.
It was enough. Yeah, hobby currently has been without water for
wait.
7 weeks.
And then Riverside unit, can't forget about Gatesville for sure.
Riverside unit. Okay. And do they go by another name?
I think so. I've been out for about 3 years now, so the lingo kind of leaves.
It escapes you.
Yeah.
Yes. I totally get it. So, you've been out for 3 years.
Yeah, it'll be 3 years. April 16th. So not quite yet, but we're almost there.
You're almost there. Yeah. That's good. So, were you rapping before you went in?
Yes. I began making music when I was 16 years old, and I think, sad to say, but I've been getting incarcerated since I was probably like 12 or 13. So that was never something that was kind of like apart from it. It was just music was just a outlet to kind of chronicle those events for a very long time.
Right, I imagine. And then you just carried on with it after you got. And David found the unit is the Crane unit, Christina Melton
Yes.
Crane unit.
Yeah, Crane.
Yeah, the Crane unit. So, since you've been out, so when did you start at the Northwest Education Center?
Honestly, I had a friend tell me about it months ago. I would say, going on a year now. Her name's Gina. Shout out Gina. And I'm like, man, that's cap. Like, there's no way that the education's free like that. Woo woo. And I reached out to them on their website, but I didn't get like anything back. And it wasn't until I reached out on like the Instagram page where I got like an answer. And I got a little appointment to show up. And when I showed up, I'm like, you know what? This is a really good opportunity for someone from my background. And this is something that I would love to tell people about. So I believe in it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So what are you studying?
I'm in the barber course.
Which I find so interesting, because the way Mr. Sanchez talks about it, it's just amazing how you can. I never thought about, I remember my father going to a barber back in the day, and it was Nothing like that.
It's definitely crazy. Like, even from my experience from being incarcerated, like, you get pretty crafty in there, with like a blade and a comb. So that's kind of what sparked the whole inspiration behind it. But every school that I went to, as soon as they realized that I had a background, because it was something that I would always mention, I know I would never get a call back, or I would get some, kind of discouraging comments thrown at me. And Northwest was kind of the first one that was like, you know what, we don't care about where you came from or anything like that. Like, if you want to do it, let's do it. And that's the kind of energy that I needed. So,
Right. So, while you were inside, did you cut hair?
Yeah.
I mean,
Honestly, I'm gonna
besides
say
that.
yes, because I've just always been the kind of person that was just kind of like a jack of all trades. So in there, I would kind of just freestyle a bunch of things myself, and girls would be like, "Oh, look, I like how you did that." I'm like, "All right, cool. Let me show you how I did it." And so people just always gravitated towards me, and just asked me to do certain things, and sometimes I'd make a little profit off of it.
I like how she says that. Make a little profit off of it. Yeah, I like that. So, was your job in prison to a barber, or you were
No,
just
not at all. It was just something that just happened. And it was something that I really enjoyed, because it was cool. Like, you go from taking somebody with long hair to like nothing with just like a little blade and a comb.
Oh
It
wow.
was kinda
Okay.
yeah.
So, tell us about your rapping. How often do you do that now that you're out?
So when it comes to making music, I've never wanted it to feel like a job or a career per se. It was really more of like an outlet, because I don't keep a lot of friends. I have a pretty small circle, so music was just kind of like an open book, an open diary. I have a lot of diehard fans. Like, I started when I was 16, and I've always been just kind of like open book and raw and real about everything that's been going on with me. Like, I don't really put up any smoke screens or anything like that for anybody. I just kind of hope to be like an inspiration, or maybe even like not even a blueprint, but like a warning sign. Like, hey, look, don't go down this route, because this is what's gonna go on. I'm okay with that. So if I can kind of guide my community into a better mindset, then that's what I'm here for.
So they can find your music. People can find your music on under
yeah.
Bleezie.
Yeah, Bleezie, Bleezie. You can put it in on YouTube, Google, all that stuff. Like, it's gonna come up. Recently, when I first got out, I tried to rebrand as Fuego, but I'm kind of seeing that as kind of like a little alter ego, like a little grown-up version of Bleezie. So that's out there as well.
Can you spell that one?
Yeah, FUEGOX95, and that's also my IG handle, my TikTok. It's most of my handles are under now, but my SoundCloud for sure, FuegoX95, and you'll find all the little classic Bleezie songs there as well.
So I know that they can get some music on their tablets. So maybe if they type you in, maybe.
Oh yeah, I have a few songs on like like the major streaming platforms is like Apple Music and Spotify. All you gotta do is type in BLEEZIE, and pop right up. So if they don't discriminate against Apple Music, I'm right there.
I think they may. I don't know. I don't know if they do. Yeah, I think they have a variety, and they've been able to pull up some of the artists, that's been at the station here.
That's pretty cool, because when I was there, I sure didn't have that.
Well, you didn't have a tablet when you were...
Oh, no.
Yeah, that just got here not too long ago.
Yeah, they were just like putting it out there like that. I'm like, well, I'm on the way out. I don't even care what they got going on right now.
Well, so when you were, I know during the last, I say, year, there's been a lot of issues over at the hobby unit. Do you still keep in contact with anyone from the hobby unit or the crane unit or?
I keep in touch with a few people out actually, so my ear is always to what's going on in there as well as what's going on out here. It's just inevitable, honestly, once you're in the system. So I do have a lot of friends in there, and hobby's always been controversial. Hobby's always been kind of problematic, so I'm not really surprised. You know what I mean? I would like to be a voice for hobby because a lot of messed up things happen over there. So
I've heard a lot of messed up things happen there. Like I said earlier, they've been out of water for 7 days. There's no restrooms. They have
and that's not the first time. It happens often. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
It's a normal thing out there. So girls out there, shout out to everybody at hobby because those are some of the strongest women I have ever came across. They really figure out how to live when things like that happen.
Yeah, there's been quite a few. Several women passed away there, and now I can't fathom how you live with no facilities, restrooms. You know.
Yeah. One thing I will say, there has to be quite an investigation done at hobby. And I'm really glad that I'm here today to be able to voice this because hobby is one of the worst units that you could ever be on. You know what I mean? And my experience there was only 3 weeks. And I was lucky if I even got lunch sometimes. So
Yeah. And we still get those complaints. I have several people that I'm in contact with at the hobby unit, and it's really bad there. I know it's bad, at several prisons that we're aware of. But, he wants to play your song. He wants to play one of your songs.
all right, let's do it.
Yeah. I guess. He's like, hang on.
Yeah. Blowing on the sweet, the only way I ease my mind. Yeah. Said she wanna ride with me. Yeah. Blowing on the sweet, the only thing that ease my mind. Losing all my sanity, but I stay on my grind. I cannot afford to give these haters any shine. You gon' mess around and end up with that 4-5 in your spine. I blow a swisher for every beat that I murder. I light my blunt with every bridge that I burn. Catch me writing scriptures through the smart. OG told me there's a time you gotta crawl, and after that, then there's the time for you to bow. Houston in my bones, I set the tone in this. Among the far and chosen few that never scared to represent. I ain't never scared, I'ma hit a lick. I can never flop, I'ma flip a brick. And it's lonely at the top, ain't it? Like my denim bay, I stay faded. Whenever I'm high, I make my way in. I'm hearing you talk and saying the word. I'm sailing the south, make 'em fly like a birdie. Showing up early, but foreign them shot, but nobody deserve me. I am the reason he feeling so hurt, but me, I'm detached, can fit in that bracket. Keep it dependent all season, I'm taxing. Hit up the press up, we print that blue magic. If I get caught up, that will be tragic. Soon as I'm out, caught up in traffic, I should project overnight with the packages. Yeah, feelings ain't catching them. Nah, you see a big get it cracking now. Conjure the vision and plan it out. Walk on the ceiling, the real life with Bennett. Drinking and smoking is mentally healing and printing your brain. I'm a digital pimp. Red flag when the tourist hit. Ricochet never know who is here. We go with loaded, it's full clips. I guess I triggered the bully, so we cut out them on a hollow tip. Yeah. So she put my name on a hollow tip. I guess I triggered the bully, so she put my name on a hollow tip, hoping to put me to sleep like a sedative. It almost did. Yeah, catch me writing scriptures through the smart. OG told me it's the time you gotta crawl, and after that, then there's a time for you to bow. Yeah, then there's a time for you to bow. Yeah, writing scriptures to the smart. OG told me there's a time you gotta cry, and after that, there's a time for you to bow. Yeah, there's a time for you to bow. Yeah. Hey, Bleezie does 7, Fuego X95. North side of Houston, Texas, all the way down to ATX. You feel me? Around Berry Lane, switch the lane. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wow, that was amazing.
Thank you.
That was really good. On the spot, I didn't know that you were gonna. Yeah, he just like, you're.
We talked about it beforehand.
Was I in the room?
Yeah, you were standing right there, and you because I was asking her questions, and you said I was already trying to ask her questions.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally ignored you.
Cut me right out.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Now we'll have to get her back.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that too.
So if somebody wants to write you, how do they write you?
Oh, bad. I don't have a P.O. box or anything. But
Well, we can do the prison show address, and then we can email it to you.
No, for sure. I would love anybody who, I will for sure write back. Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
So what address is that?
That address is 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, America, 77371. Am I right?
You got it.
I didn't even have to look at an envelope.
Shepherd America.
Shepherd, America.
Shepherd America.
Make America great again.
Oh, freaking man. You just ruined my whole.
Yeah. Well, you just have to go to Shepherd because it's wonderful out there.
Yeah, no. No. There would be a clash, let me tell you. Clash. All right. So we appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and I'm looking forward for the next time.
Awesome.
You guys are doing a great thing out here. Thank you guys for being a voice for incarcerated people and people coming out of the system and trying to make a better life for themselves. There needs to be more resources like this.
Definitely.
For sure.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
That Bleezie. All right, now it's time for the Death Row Angels, and I'm pretty sure Miss Linda has her mic on, right? Or maybe not. Now?
Yes, I've got it on.
Okay. All right. So, good evening, everyone on Texas Death Row, and everyone else listening, because I know my biggest fan out there is listening. How you doing? Yeah, I know you're listening. Whoops, I dropped my purse. Okay, as I'm sure everyone has heard, Alabama carried out the first execution by nitrogen gas. Kenneth Smith was executed on Thursday, last night. According to information from witnesses, nitrogen gas flowed for around 15 minutes. The gas was administered through a mask, while 2 execution workers, in addition to Smith's spiritual advisor, Reverend Dr. Jeff Hood, looked on. Media witnesses said Smith appeared conscious for about 10 minutes. He shook and writhed for about 2 minutes on the gurney, followed by about 5 minutes of heavy breathing. And this has been pretty much consistent through several news articles. So right now, and I'm going to emphasize, according to the TDCJ website, and we know it's not always correct, but because I have to be exact here, I'm just saying, Texas has 2 scheduled executions. So get your phones out, because now is the time to call the governor's office at 512-463-2000 or 512-463-1782. Tell him you oppose the death penalty and all executions. We might even invite him to join the new conservative organization against the death penalty. Yes, I've been doing that. Start calling those DAs too. So if you oppose the death penalty and you haven't been doing your part, start doing it. Ivan Cantu, February 28th. And woohoo! We know that Kim Kardashian is in your corner now, which is awesome news. And we know Sister Helen Prejean, David. We know Sister Helen Prejean is in your corner also. So we're all excited. We've been posting it on the Prison Show's Facebook. James Harris Jr., you're still scheduled, according to TDCJ, on March 13th. Now, as my friend Moy says, here's the news you can use, and if you'd like a copy of any of this, please let Linda or I know. James Broadnax, you were scheduled for conference on January 5th coming out of the CCA, but they have not rescheduled you yet. Again. Dylan Compton, you were scheduled for conference on January 19th coming out of the CCA, but they have not rescheduled you for a date yet. Gustavo Sandoval, you replied to the state's brief in opposition on January 16th and will be distributed for conference on February 16th coming out of the CCA. Romero Gonzalez, on January 16th, the state filed its brief in opposition at the Supreme Court coming out of the CCA. Rodolfo Medrano, on January 20th, you replied to the state's brief in opposition at the Supreme Court and are scheduled for conference on February the 16th coming out of the CCA. Chong Tong, on January 16th, the Fifth Circuit affirmed the district court's denial. Your motion for additional COA is denied, and the district court's judgment denying a writ of habeas corpus is affirmed. Eric Williams, your brief in support was filed, and a motion for additional funding was filed on January 16th. On January 17th, a motion for hearing Exhibit 1 was filed, and on January 18th, an order denying a motion for reconsideration, and your motion for a 6-month stay is denied by Judge Godby. Obel Cruz Garcia, on January 16th, you filed a reply in support of a opposed motion to alter judgment at the district court. Carlos Ayestas, on January 17th, you filed a request for a pre-motion conference. Judge Christina Bryan ordered you file a motion to compel on or before January the 26th. Courtney Robinson, on January 28th, the state submitted an opposition to your motion for reconsideration on order on motion for discovery at the district court. Rodney Reed, on January 19th, you responded to the motion filed by the state in reference to motion for discovery and motion to reopen case pursuant to Rule 60 at the district court. And Gary Green, on January the 22nd, you filed supplemental authorities and exhibits for oral argument at the CCA. And again, if you would like copies of any of these things, Linda and I can definitely get those in the mail to you. Now, Linda. Oh, your mic's not on.
David forgot to turn me on. Okay. So now we have the remembrance. I'm going to do those first. Number 202, David Hicks, January the 20th, 2000. Number 532, Richard Masterson, January 20th, 2016. Number 203, Larry Robinson, January 21st, 2000. Number 346, Kevin Zimmerman, January 24th, 2004. Number 425, Frank Moore, January 21st, 2009. Number 519, Arnold Prieto, January the 27th, 2015. Number 43, Joe Cordova, January 22nd, 1992. Number 292, Robert Lookingbill, January 22nd, 2003. Number 426, Reginald Perkins, January 22nd, 2009. Number 509, Edgar Tamayo, January 22nd, 2014. Number 204, Billy Hughes Jr., January 24th, 2000. Number 205, Glenn McGinnis, January 25th, 2000. Number 338, Troy Kunkel, January 25th, 2005. Number 356, Marion Dudley, January 25th, 2006. Number 167, Martin Vega, January 26, 1999. Number 478, Rodrigo Hernandez, January 26, 2012. Number 540, Terry Edwards, January 26, 2017. And that's all for the remembrance right now. And I've got a poem by Michael Moyers. It's called Take This Edge Off. Lord, feel I'm running blind. What I can't see is heavy on my mind. I know I do things as others do too. Things get sinful, Lord, not meant against you. I speak before I think, in anger I fall. Overloaded in stress, my back against that wall. Angry words, oh, let them never of my young slip. Fits of rage, O Lord, can sink your mighty ships. Take this edge off, O Lord, for I am weak. Your loving grace, Lord, of you I seek. I try and I fail, Lord, again bruise my knee. Remind me, Lord, you sent Jesus to set me free. To forgive myself and act hard to do. I'm sitting on edge in fear, Lord, of you. Take this edge off. Lord, I'm fleeing blind. What I can't see, Lord, weighs heavy upon my mind. And that's by Michael Moyers, written January the 4th, 2024.
That was beautiful.
Yes, very beautiful.
And I know that we still need poems, so definitely send those in. And Linda had it confirmed, right, Linda, with Warden Ivy?
Yes.
About the group wreck, correct?
Yes, it's happening.
Yes, it is happening. So I know there was a little, there were some issues from my airing that last week, but Linda got it confirmed. She spoke to him in person. So it was face to face. There's no denying it. And I know Warden Ivy thinks I'm a lovely person. That's what he said. I'm a
yes, he does. He likes you, Dani. I don't know why, but he does.
She does not know why. Because, I help a lot of different men and women from different prisons. And, you don't start getting, really hot-headed unless things are really ridiculous. And so I usually, if you ask and, nicely, maybe things will happen. And I know my friend Don is listening right now, and he made a request for some help at the Ferguson unit, and I didn't think it was going to happen, but I think it might just happen. So anyway, I'm glad that Warden Ivy appreciates me being nice, and that. But I think there was some issues last week, but we've gotten it worked out, and I know right now, Marci is on the line. So how about we skip on over to Marci Marie? She is as everyone knows, she's a social media influencer and community outreach coordinator for Lioness Justice Impacted Women's Alliance. That's a long title there, Marci.
It is a long title, but it's an important one.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely, it's important. So what do you have for us this evening?
Well, I am in Denton tonight at an event, and it is an abolitionist event. It's hosted by the People's Party of Texas and the Hippie Hole, and what we've done is we've had a viewing of some really important films, and we're about to have a panel discussion talking about what the prison industrial complex means to us, what kind of damage is it doing to our communities. And I'll tell you what, they highlighted a prison radio show in another state, and my heart just got so warm for you guys and for the incarcerated folks in Texas that are listening to you and getting hope from you all, and the call-ins, and all of it is such important and special work. And I'm just so proud, and I'm feeling all kind of a little bit nostalgic to be in this room of like-minded people, people that hate prisons, people that want people free. We want our people free, and my heart is happy. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, tell us what have you been up to since the last time we spoke? I know you've been going to all these different events.
Yeah, we have been busy continuing our work to just end the systematic devaluation of incarcerated people in Texas, and overall to end incarceration, prison, and period. That's kind of the end game, right? But until then, we want to make things as fair and equitable as possible. I'll tell you, the past couple weeks have been a little bit crazy for me. We have I'm still a newlywed. I'm recently married. My wife's brothers are incarcerated. And so shout out to both CJ and Dustin. We love you, and we're holding things down till you come home. One of her brothers has two boys, two sons, a 6-year-old and a 10-month-old. And their mom she's fighting her addiction. She's not in a healthy place. And we have temporary custody of the kids. So, yes, my little world has been a little turned upside down. It's so insane to be on these meetings. I just recently joined Clean Slate Initiative, and I'm super excited about working with them about record clearing in the state of Texas. It's important work, and I'm part of the National Influencer Program, so I'll be helping them with some speaking engagements and making videos. But I'm on this important meeting, and I've got this 10-month-old in my lap. It's very different from my from my normal operations, right? So it's been interesting making content and kind of getting used to the kids. And the 6-year-old saw me in my little gray CO outfit that I have for my videos, and he was just laughing so hard at me. He said, "Why are you dressed like a police officer?" And so I kind of explained to him a little bit about my job and how I use my stories to spread awareness. And it's been very interesting. It's quite different. A lot less sleep than normal. But also, I think that, we can't just talk about how we need to be responsible for each other. This idea that this country has of kind of every man for himself kind of thing, it's not working. It's not working. And so we need to come together as a community to keep the state out of our business, and so we didn't want CPS to have to get involved. So we wanted to offer the kids a safe place to stay while mom gets healthy and mom figures things out. And I think that we don't want to just talk about it. We want to be about it. And this is part of us being about it. And I just think if our communities will step up prior to the events that lead to incarceration, that we have a better opportunity to keep folks out of prison.
Absolutely. So. Absolutely. I've been watching some of your videos. I saw you with the baby. You were adorable, just adorable. And I commend you both, especially being, as you said, newlyweds, and all of a sudden you're thrust into parenthood, and that must be extremely difficult. Yeah. And so tonight, you're at the event.
Yes. Yes, we're at the event, and they're actually setting up, getting ready to start the panel right now. But they know that my priority is here with my folks and my incarcerated folks, right? So she knows that it started. Brittany's coming out here, babe, they're starting. Yeah. And I said, yeah, they know. I told her that I had a call tonight and that this was my priority. My priority is always the sending hope and love inside and news to the incarcerated people in Texas. That's always at the heart of my work. It's at the heart of all of my decisions. And I think that there's a lot of like-minded folks here tonight with that same heart. So
Now, I'm sure you've heard about no water at the hobby unit, correct?
yes, we're going on 2 weeks now. I've called up there several times because we're getting reports that the ladies aren't getting let out to use the porta potties often enough, and they're not given buckets of water even to flush their toilets. So hobby, as you know, is mostly cell block. It's 2-man cells, most of the dorms, and those ladies are having to sleep awfully close to overflowed toilets. It's really a health issue. It's a public health issue at this point.
It really is, and I saw the email that you had, I think it was you who had posted it, that they were asking for help, so I did give a call, but when I called, she just says they're working on it. So
Yes, that's it. That's what we're getting also. And so I think it's going to be to the point where we're going to have to push more social media, and maybe we can get some news crews to pick up at this point, because 2 weeks is a lot. You know, we know things happen with the city water, but 2 weeks is a lot. That's a lot of ladies on that unit. It's a very large unit, and I know they're not okay. They're, you know, you have to do desperate times call for desperate measures, and there's things like using the bathroom in a bag and throwing it out the window type of situation that's going on there. It's not okay.
no, it's definitely not okay. And like you said, my heart goes out to them. And if people are willing to make those calls to help, you know, the more people that show or call and show concern, the more maybe I don't know. The way they sounded, like the woman I spoke with earlier, I have her name written down. She really didn't care.
Yeah, I think exactly. You're exactly right. The more calls that go in, and at this point, I almost just think the local news there in Marlin, I would be calling those stations, because sometimes the unit, you know, they're used to families calling. Well, we might need some extra outside help for that.
Okay, you know, I may dig up some of those news stations and post that on our Facebook group, get the word out that they need help. I don't hear about the no water this long at any other prison except for Hobby. I'm sure there has been, but not for this long.
Right. In 2012, on the Dr. Lane Murray unit in August, we were without water for 15 days, and it was horrible. But I was in a dorm, and they were bringing us outside water at least to flush the toilets, and we did have porta potties. So it's a little bit better than the situation at the Hobby unit right now, when those girls are inside of cells. And you all know an officer in a picket has to push a button to roll that cell door, and you know they're short-staffed, and you know they're tired, and they don't want to do extra things, and the incarcerated ladies in Marlin are suffering because of it. So, yeah, I absolutely encourage people to contact maybe the news stations in Marlin, and for the folks that aren't incarcerated, I'm going to post some things on my social media also, maybe some calls to action, and do another video on that.
Yeah, that would be awesome, Marci. Now, is there an address where people can write to you?
There is. I was just pulling up the Linus website because that's probably the best way, and sorry that I didn't have it prepared, and I'm not at home. So it is P.O. Box 12051, Austin, Texas 78711, and you can address that to Marci Marie. I'll answer all your mail. I'm going to say it one more time for you guys. P.O. Box 12051, Austin, Texas 78711. And just know that we're out here fighting for you all. We love you all. You are not forgotten. You are important. You have purpose. And don't give up.
Absolutely, don't give up. Thank you, Marci. We appreciate you coming on every time you come on, and we look forward to the next time because I'm sure you'll have some more information for us.
Definitely. Thanks so much. I'm going to get on this panel. I appreciate you guys and everything you're doing.
All right, thank you, and we appreciate you for everything you're doing.
Okay, bye, y'all.
Bye-bye. Okay, Marci had mentioned about, coming together, working together, and it's definitely something that all of us can do. We know the units are short-staffed. They're very short-staffed right now, but that doesn't mean that people can't be treated like human beings. So that's important. So we need to come together. And if you have an issue at one of your prisons, let us know. David's address, or the prison show's address is 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, America 77371.
Listen to the rhythm of a northbound train, singing your song with the beating bass. Lifts me up to a higher place. Only God could bring this grace. With the steel upon my fingers, in a sweating haze, I shout your name. Here, where the mercies are rushing in, oh, I can hear it louder. I can hear them say, oh, Linda Jean, your love is true. Your James Eugene has held you through. And every time I sing to you, it's like a song you never knew. Listen to the rhythm of the water's edge, carry me home to the place I've been. Heal my mind in a quiet space. Oh, only God could bring this grace. With the sand between my fingers, in a thread of rain, while the lightning's rage. Here, where the water's rushing in, oh, I can hear it louder. I can hear them say, oh, Linda Jean, your love is true. Your James Eugene has held you through. And every time I sing to you, it's like a song you never knew. When I feel not good enough, this hope inside starts springing up. I think about the thanks you owed, your memories you lost and more. When I feel like giving in, well, I think of you and sweating haze. I found my faith. Here, sweet mercy's rushing in. Oh, I can hear it louder. I can hear them say, oh, Linda Jean, your love is true. Your James Eugene has held you through. And every time I sing to you, it's like a song you never knew.
You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas, obtain parole, and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
All right, and we are back, and we are here with some phone calls. You can give your loved one a shout out at 713-526-5738. Make sure you hit option number 2. And right now we have Clarence on line 1. Hi, Clarence.
Hello, can you hear me?
I sure can.
So I just called to tell all the fellas hello on Pulaski and Styles unit. I'm kind of teed off tonight. In other words, I'm pissed off. Excuse my language, but I'm kind of mad a little bit. You know, how in the hell can Alabama be so dumb? You know, how can you rednecks in Alabama be so dumb and stupid? You know, if that wasn't cruel and unusual punishment, nothing else is in the world. That was cruel and very unusual punishment. And, you know, it didn't make any sense what y'all did. You tried to kill a man one time by going through his vein. They need to research the law. If you can't execute a man the first time, he's by law, he's supposed to be set free with a life sentence. You know, come on, man. Quit being so stupid around America with this death penalty thing. It don't make no sense what y'all call yourself doing. Wow. And you know what? The next time I fly over Alabama, I'm gonna eat me a box of X-Lax.
Oh, Lord.
That's just how mad I am in Alabama. You know, because it's really stupid. You know, nothing in the world should cause you to take a man's life the way y'all took that man's life.
Well,
do I condone what he did? No, I don't condone it. No, I don't condone what happened. You know, because I spent 48 years, 10 months, 6 days in prison myself. You know, so I'm just not down for that taking a life. If that wasn't cruel and unusual punishment, somebody tell me what is. That was straight away murder. Let me quit preaching. But say hello to everybody there, you know, let y'all know that I'm thinking about y'all. I quit choir practice, come home and call you all tonight, so just to let you know I'm thinking about y'all.
Well, thank you, Clarence.
And if anybody's mad with me, call the station for my phone number. You call me and we'll have a discussion. But you might not like what I want to say. Y'all take care of me. God bless all of y'all.
Same to you, Clarence. You have a great weekend.
I'm going to try.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, now we have Chris Reed on line 3. Hi, Chris.
Hello. I just wanted to send a shout out for my father, Rodney Reed, in Livingston, Texas, Pulaski. I'm just, I wanted to say I'm glad we're able to reconnect after so long, and given the circumstances, he's still a great father and a great grandfather to my kids. We've all built a better, stronger relationship, even though, it has been telephonically, but that's just for now. We're hoping for the best, and we know we'll see you soon. We love you, and we're praying for you every day, you know. And, yeah, we love you, huh? You better be getting that workout in.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I gave him my little workout regimen today, so, you know, can't be slacking even in there. So, love you, Dad.
Well, thank you for calling in, Chris. Make sure you call in again next week.
I will.
All right.
Have a good evening.
You too.
All right. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, now we have Annalisa.
Hello, it's Annalisa. I hope you are all doing well. This is my message for my friend. Hi, Isidro. I hope you have had a good day. Hope you are doing well. I look forward to talking with you very soon. I'm well, and I send you my warmest wishes and big, big hugs. Stay well, stay safe, take care. Take care, everyone. I wish you all the very best. Bye.
All right. She always sounds so nice. Okay, now we have Antonio on line 4.
Hi, yes, I'd like to give a shout out to my cousin Alex El Grillo. I miss you, man. I love you. Sending out a shout out to all the paisas at the FTC Houston. Man, me and my cousin Alex, man, don't give up. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about you. And man, I miss you. My mom's, all my family, they always ask about you, and we miss you. And please keep your head up. And I'm waiting for you. We're all waiting for you on this side. And yeah, man, stay strong. Stay strong.
All right. Well, thank you, Antonio.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. You know what? Usually I say something, or I want to say something to the feds, because I know that we have several people who listen to us in the feds, but shout out to the feds.
Amen.
Amen. All right. Now we have Captain Tom.
Okay, this is Captain Tom, KPFT Houston, and this is my shout-outs this week for the prison show. Arkansas, Juju Leroy, John Armstrong, J.B. Anderson, Clarence Lee Bowman. We have also Pete Sines, George Johnson, John R. Green, Stephen Young, Terrence Carmichael, John Wayne, Mike Dean, Robert Brown, Terry Lee Lewis, Samuel B. Harris, Robert Harris. We have Jacob Harold. We have Peter Torres, Thomas Mitchell, Bob Dunn. We got also Roger Jackson, Bobby Barbara. We got also Bobby Joe Harper, Charles McKay. You can still donate to KPFT by going to kpft.org or call 713-526-5738 or text the word GIVE to 713-526-5738. You can also become a sustainer by giving $5 a month, $10 a month, or whatever you can afford to give each month. As our next upcoming fund drive will be here in February. So, hey, be the early bird that catches the worm. I'm Captain Tom. We'll see you here next week, right here at KPFT.
All right. Thank you, Captain Tom. Now we have Star. Hi, Star. Hi, Star. Are you there? All right. Maybe put her back on hold, and then go to Miss Shirley. Miss Shirley, I was told that you are the best mama in the world.
But I had to be blamed, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, he said, you are the best mama in the world.
What makes me feel good? He tells me that all the time. He tells me not to worry about him. He said, he told me he does all the worrying, not me.
Well, there you
But
go.
I'm on. Thank you for saying that, Blaine. Love and miss you. And I didn't get no text back yet, so maybe I have it by tomorrow before you call. Okay? So, Teresa said tell you she loves and miss you, and Sherry and Cody and Dani, and of course the girls do too. They're in bed. So, and then I want to give a shout out to Big Will, Beto, Eric, Mark, Moe. Shout out to all of y'all. Thanks for helping take care of my son. And I appreciate it very much. And hold your head up, Blaine. Just keep our prayers going, okay? Love and miss you so much. And I miss y'all too, actually.
Well, we can't wait to see you again.
I'm hoping whenever I get a car, my breathing's after night, to get up there.
Okay, well,
Okay.
we hope that's soon.
Yeah, me too. Y'all have a good weekend.
You too, Miss Shirley.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, we have Caitlin.
This is a shout out for Beto Garza in Polunsky. Hey boo, how are you? I hope that you're in good health and spirits, staying safe, and that there's a smile on your handsome face. As for me, things are okay. I'm not too long home from work, and at the moment I am giving Daytona her dinner and she's sitting on the couch. Yeah, so she's actually eating her dinner with the bowl up beside me on the couch. So that's the way she likes to eat. So she's still munching away. The weather here has been a bit chilly and it's now raining, but hopefully we'll get a bit warmer soon. Other than that, yeah, I've been working, not doing too much, and yeah, just kind of taking each day as it comes. And yeah, I'm going to write you a JPay this evening, and yeah, know that you're in my heart, thoughts and prayers. And I want to thank you for being in my life and for supporting me and for being there for me. So I'm going to say good night, sweet dreams, and please stay safe. And to everybody at the prison show, a big, big thank you for making this happen.
And she's always so nice. All right. Now, to remind you, call us at 713-526-5738, option number 2, to leave a shout out. Okay, Samantha on line 2.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Just want to send a shout out to my little brother, Harry Rayner, out of the Ellis unit in Huntsville. There with you guys. How you doing, little brother? I miss you. I had surgery on my back the beginning of the month, but every day I'm getting stronger and stronger. And it won't be long before you're home. I can't wait to see you. We miss you. I love you, little brother. Good night, Harry. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now we have Mike.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing the shout outs for the prison show. I'd like to do the shout outs to the guys of Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout out for Philip Perez. Lucy and Michelle want me to do a shout out for Paul. Shout out for Jovan. Shout out for Oz. Shout out for Matt. Shout out for Thomas. Shout out for Edward Reeves. Shout out for Adam Wilkerson. Tasha wants me to do a shout out for Payday. Shout out for Oz. And a shout out for Bill R. Sims, Raymond Lee Cart, and a special shout out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hopefully you're doing much better. And you can continue to write to Mysterious Mike in care of David Collingsworth. And now back to the prison show.
Okay, and we have Lydia on line 1. Hi, Lydia.
I missed seeing you yesterday.
I'm sorry?
I didn't see you yesterday. We saw Linda.
Oh, yeah, no, I was at work.
Yeah, and Dorothy and Agnes. I thought I was going to miss Agnes, but she was there. And
I know, I missed
very
her.
good.
I missed her.
And Delia, I got to see Delia too, and it was really good to see everybody there. Yeah. But the shout out is for my son Beto. I got the text from the Home Depot, mijo, and they should be here from 10:30 to 2:30. So I'm gonna have to wait around for them to see what time they're coming, but I don't know the exact time that they're coming in. So I'll be here. And Jorge's going to go in the morning early to get some labs done for some blood work that the doctor wants some labs done for that psoriasis. And I stayed up to watch the news to see if we're going to get rain, but I seriously doubt it. Not as much as you guys are getting over there. But it was a beautiful day today. It was a beautiful day yesterday. And hopefully it'll be nice tomorrow. They said there was going to be a northern blowing in, but not as cold as the one we got. And I was going to go over to Tia Rosa's, but I didn't see her car over there, so I just stayed home and I'm going to watch TV for a little bit. And Bingo's asleep, Jorge's asleep, everybody's asleep. So I'll stay up for a bit. I want to give me a buzz tomorrow. I want to send a shout out to and a happy birthday to Moy, and to all the other guys. You know who you are. A big thank you to Eric and William for the birthday cards, and to Moy also. Thank you very much for thinking of me, and to everyone that wished me a happy birthday. Thank you. And good night to everyone. Okay? May your team win. Whoever's playing, I don't really know who's playing. Okay, good night. Good night, Dani.
Good night. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye.
And I didn't know it was Moy's birthday. Happy birthday. Big birthday. Okay, now we have Stacy.
This is to my husband's 40 Black at Wainwright unit. Hey, baby love, this is wifey tucking you in with our kiss for the weekend. Mwah. Yeah, all is well with me and the girls. Man, the girls and I are welcoming the spring like temperatures here. Both are loving it outside. I'm good. I've heard from you the first 22nd E-note. Yeah, boo, I got our special E-card. Thanks, boo. Yeah, baby. I trust you heard from me today and got the Lions Wolverines collage. Yeah. What about them getting the job done? Yup. We're in the trenches with them the weekend. Yeah, shout out to Wolverines and Lions. I placed on the Stop Wealth Distribution post on the platforms. It got some traction today. We've spoken on it by now, I trust. I trust the static gremlins are at bay tonight. I didn't go for the free foodie, but my, mom's, yeah. She came by with goodies, and I've been up in the kitchen making a meal for later p.m. Sweet, this is just peaceful slumber until tomorrow. Stay focused. Stay tough. Knowing you rule me. I'm yours, my heart. Mwah. Take care. I love you, my husband, Sporty. Mwah. Got me, boo.
She's so cute. She always gives the cutest shout outs. All right, now we have Dwight.
How y'all doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen?
Doing good, Dwight. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. I want to give a shout out to the prison show. First and foremost, for all that you do, I really appreciate it, because during my incarceration, I was a proud supporter, and I tried to listen every Friday when I could get a chance. And I really, really, really appreciate everything that you, David, and Miss Linda do. And I encourage y'all to keep up the good work. Next, I was released 1/17/24 from the Hudson unit. I had a 45-year sentence, and I did 33 years on it. And I'm loving and enjoying life and the benefits of freedom. And I want to give a shout out to one of my former units, High Tower unit, and the Wainwright unit. And I encourage you people, man, to keep up the good work and live life to the fullest. Y'all have a good night.
Hey, when did you get out, Dwight?
1/17/24.
Oh, not too long ago. Congrats.
Yes, man, I've been out exactly a week. Wow. This will not be the last time you hear from me. You'll be hearing from me again.
Well, good. Congratulations. And
yes, ma'am.
I know you're excited, and just congratulations all the way around.
Yes, ma'am.
And definitely call us back.
Yes, ma'am. I will not only be calling you back, I will also be trying to make some donations every now and then when I get my money right.
Well, we appreciate that, Dwight.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have a great
Take care.
weekend.
Yes, ma'am. You too.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night. All right. That's always awesome when we get callers that have recently gotten out and they call. Give a shout out to their friends and to us. He gave a shout out to us too. That's awesome. All right. Now we have Angie on line 2.
Hello, and shout out to you guys. Thanks for doing what you all do. And this is my first shout out. Would like to reach out to my son. They call him Fat Pat. He's at the Stell unit. He's an AdSeg, K-Pod. Just wanted to give a shout out to him. Let him know that we love him. We're doing good. And hope to hear from him soon. And just hang in there. Get your program done. He'll be home this year, later in the year. And that's about it. I hope he hears this podcast.
So what's his name again?
They call him Fat Pat. His name is Patrick
Okay.
Corley. Uh-huh.
Well, how long has he been at the Estelle unit?
He just got there here about 3 weeks ago from the McConnell unit. This will be his 8th year in, first time in prison.
Okay. Well,
that's our first rodeo.
Well, and you said he was getting out later this year.
Yes.
Which is awesome. Congratulations to you,
After
Fat
8 years. Yep. After 8 years.
Well, I know he's going to enjoy his freedom.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Angie. Make sure you call back
Thank
next
you.
week.
Okay, we'll do. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And now we have Carmelo.
Good evening.
Hello to the prison show staff, and especially thank you to the operator who took my call and remembered my nephew's name. I hope everybody is well and staying dry. I'd like to say hello to my nephew, Bradley Leland Aiken. Again, I don't know where he is, but I know he's somewhere in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. I hope you're doing as well as can be expected. Please take care of yourself and do what you need to do to stay on the positive side. I hope you're staying dry and warm, and hope you're getting enough to eat. Just want to let you know that you're loved, that you're not forgotten. Just hope everything is progressing for you. I know you've had a lot of time to think, and I hope you have been thinking, and just hope that everything works out for you. I'd also like to say hello to Marcus Mullen. Last time I knew he was in the Montgomery County Jail. Marcus, I hope you're doing all right, staying warm and dry. You know, we've had a wet season, which I'm sure you know. Just want to let you know that you're not forgotten, and I hope everything is going well for you in your fight for freedom. Just keep positive thoughts and keep yourself in prayer, and just hope everything goes okay for you. And you guys have a good weekend. Thank you, Prison Show, for all you do, and please be careful going home. The weather has gotten wet again. And thank you again for everything. Good night.
Thank you, Carmelo. Have a great weekend.
You're welcome. You too. Good night.
Bye-bye. Okay, and just a reminder, 713-526-5738, option number 2, to leave a shout out for your loved one. All right, now we have Brett on line 2.
How you doing, y'all? And I want to give a shout out to two of my good brothers incarcerated right now. My friend Eric Witt, he's on Luther Unit, and my friend Eric Laughlin, he's on Memorial Unit. I love y'all, man, and stay strong, stay in the Word, and you will get your deliverance one day. Keep trusting in the Lord. You'll never go wrong doing that. Keep doing the right thing, brothers. God bless y'all. And I thank everyone, to all the brothers and sisters out there. Hey, man, you know, deliverance is coming. Healing is coming. You know, victory is coming. And it's awesome. God bless y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, Brett. Have a great weekend. Okay, now we have Lizette.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing wonderful.
I just want to give a shout out to my baby Joey. He's at the Polinsky unit. I just want to say that I love him, that I'm thinking about him, and that I continue to pray for him, that everything's going to be okay. And I can't wait to see him next weekend. And just to keep his head up, and I will continue to pray for him and for my brothers and my sisters as well that are in the system too. Thank you, and you have a beautiful night.
You too. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Linda.
Okay, I'll do my shout-outs. I'd like to say hello to Coy Lawrence, Bobby Woods Jr., Will Spear, Franklin Davis, William F. Owen Sr., Paul DeVoe, Lucky Ward, Jaime Cole, Brian Davis, Samuel Solomon, Michael Moyer, Bill Sims, Curtis Robertson, Miller L., Robert Roberson, Kerry Allen, Troy Glover, Robert Satterfield, Eugene Broxton, Ivan Cantu, Robert Solis. Okay, guys, have a great week. I'll be in there on next Thursday. Okay, good night.
Okay. And I guess I will do some shout outs. I've already covered Leo and John Don and Big Daddy at the WIN unit. So just wanted to repeat that. And of course, my good friend Javen Story. He's over at the WIN unit also. And Roderick Harris, Jeff, Britt, Farron, one of my best friends in the world, Farron. And yes, I did that. Creeper, T, Big Head, Blaine. Blaine, did I do good? I did good, right? Yeah. Rue. Great news. I mean, I heard about Sister Prejean here and then Kim Kardashian. This is awesome. Awesome news. Moy, happy birthday again. I should have sent you a card. I'm horrible at dates. Very bad. Leroy and Larry and Rusty at Estelle. Give me a call tomorrow. I'm sorry that I didn't get to talk to you longer. Give me a call tomorrow. So, Stephanie, why don't you come right over here and give a great big shout out. Give a great big shout out. I do. I like to put you, like, here's a spot, and there's Stephanie. Stephanie's on the spot.
I need to just stay here because apparently this is my spot. I don't know if I'm working. Can you hear me? Okay.
You're working.
Well, I'll give a shout out to my husband, of course, always and forever, Gary Salinas, over at the Polanski unit. Shout out to all the guys he works with over there in 12 building as well. And all of our family and friends in the system, because there are too many of them to name right now. And shout out to my daughter, because she is watching us online right now, and so she told me to give her a shout out. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey. Yeah, so. Oh, and I'll say congratulations to Jessica Fuller. She got married, so might as well give her a shout out since I'm on here.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations, Jessica. And she got married
last week, but I didn't remember to give her the shout out last week. So
congratulations to you both. Mm-hmm. Both of you. Now, I know, again, 713-526-5738. Mm-hmm. That's the phone number for shout-outs. Don't forget to give your loved one a shout-out. Mm-hmm. So, I know we were talking, the water issue at the
hobby
unit
mm-hmm.
really has me like that. To me, I mean,
I can't imagine.
I
can't imagine.
Yeah. I guess because I'm such a germaphobe, it freaks me out just to, and not having to, not having the facilities. My unfortunate incarceration included just a few hours in Montgomery County.
In a holding tank?
Well, they put me alone, and it was so gross. I couldn't even, it really was. It was disgusting. So I can't imagine not having facilities to a toilet flushing, not having water, because they were saying on the post, the woman that wrote in said that they were giving them bottled water at first.
2 bottles, I think.
Right, at first. But since it's been an extended period of time, they're short-staffed they're tired. I don't want to say that they're neglecting. They're tired. You know, the officers are tired, and I don't know what they need to do to get some more staff, but they need to do it.
And there's no word of
no
time frame.
When I called, I asked her a time frame, and she did not know. She was not the nicest person in the world. So, which we get that a lot. Several of the units know my name, of course, because I'm a incarcerated individual advocate. I advocate for people incarcerated, and I also am a volunteer for the prison show. So I get the some of the staff members at a few units are not impressed with me doing what we do. You know. And I get the venom occasionally that they spit at me. That's okay. That's okay. But when you call up at a unit who hasn't had water for an extended period of time, and I thought it was just for 7 days, but Marci said it was going on 2 weeks. So
yeah.
I mean, when you have that situation and someone's calling, you would think that they would be a tad bit nicer, just a tad. But clearly that's not the case.
True, but I wonder how many people she's talked to that hasn't been quite as nice to her either. So it's probably it's a cycle, I think.
You're right,
Yeah.
because the work I do, I get that you know I'm the worker, and I get, you know,
you might be nice, but not everybody is.
Not everyone is nice. Probably.
True.
You're definitely right. And earlier today, or earlier in the evening, Clarence called, and I've been listening to Clarence for years. For years, I've been listening to him.
Okay.
And I've never heard him quite so passionate about.
I hit the dump button on him.
Yeah. Oh, so they didn't hear any of it?
No, they heard all of it except for, and I think they can say that, but you can be peed on, but you can't be, you can be mad, but you can't be the other.
What you just said?
Yeah, I think I said it backwards. Maybe I need to hit the dump button on myself.
Yeah,
we discussed this once before, but he said he was really pissed off, and you can say that.
Right.
But I had automatically hit the dump button as soon as I heard it. But I mean,
panicked.
Yeah, Clarence.
I liked it better when he said he was going to fly over and eat some X-Lax.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And you have to understand, we've heard from Clarence for years.
Yeah, well, he listened to us on the inside, and as soon as he got out, he called us, but he's been sick and all that stuff. I mean, it's just...
Right, but I've never heard him so passionate.
No, but I mean, I can't believe... Some of the things I've been reading in the news, other than just Alabama, there's some really bad things going out in the prisons.
Yes. Definitely.
There's a whole bunch of stuff, hobby unit, for years and years and years. I mean, if you Google the hobby unit, I mean, they call it... I mean, it's hell. I mean, and the women over there are just tortured. And
they really are, yeah.
TDCJ don't care.
No, obviously not. They could care less. They could care less. I think that there are several prisons that are in the same situation that the as bad as the hobby unit is, just in the men's version.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of times the water would go down on our units, and the inmates would be able to go out and work on it and get things up. So I'm not sure what's going on over there.
They're blaming it on the city water.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I mean. We would take it into our own hands. I remember one time we took a tractor and made a water pump using the PTO on the tractor. So, I mean, we had to get creative a lot of times in order to have water. But, I mean, if you go without water for so many days and the bosses don't know what to do and they're trying to contact public officials and they don't know what to do, and it's like, well, here, hold my beer. I mean,
yeah, right. Well, clearly that's not happening over there.
they're
and
probably not letting them do it, you know?
Probably not. Probably not.
Looking at their history, I mean, I've got stories ever since that unit's been open of just torture and things that go wrong, not just air conditioning, but water and feces and just nasty stuff.
Nasty. Very nasty.
Well, and they're women, so.
And they're, yeah.
But I've heard, and I've never been there, of course, but I've heard that the women's units are worse than the men's units.
I've heard that too. I've been to jail, not prison.
There's an officer on YouTube, an ex-officer rather, that started a YouTube channel, and because he kept trying to do things at the hobby unit and about the situation, and nobody would listen to him, and he ended up losing his job over it, and so now he's got a YouTube channel trying to get everybody's attention.
Wow. I don't know about this. You're going to have to send it to me.
I will. I was listening to it earlier today while I was preparing the show, and he's not the most eloquent speaker, but he's got some really good information because he's, firsthand experience. So, yeah, I just can't believe the things that are going on.
I get, Lena and I get a lot of letters going back and forth.
From the hobby unit?
Not just the hobby unit, just
everywhere.
But that, like the Hughes unit right now is pretty bad. It's getting to the I don't know what's going on over there either. I've emailed the warden and
was it with water or sewage or food or all the above?
All the above, and when I thought the PREA that program.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in effect, but
I don't think it is. I really don't.
But I was just reading a story where it was the opposite way. An inmate raped a guard.
At the Hughes unit?
No, it was in L.A., but still.
Oh, somewhere else. Okay.
I mean, the Prison Rape Elimination Act has been in effect for a long time, but the officers don't enforce it. So you enforce it. So you have to have a Prison Rape Elimination Act officer that cares. Each unit has one, but most of the time it's just for compliance.
Right, and that's what is being was communicated to me, that the PREA officer basically just, it's like, no, you're lying.
Yeah.
Mm. And the warden said the same thing. So, that's kind of scary if they can go around, and then there was someone said there was a suicide over there, but from what was communicated to me, it wasn't a suicide. And they said, all you have to do is pull the cameras. No one wants to pull the cameras.
Right.
No one wants to pull the cameras.
Right.
So.
They're covered up. It's a brother-in-law thing. Has been for years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I figured that much when I started trying to make some noise. I was like.
They squished you quick, huh?
They're trying.
So, Gary Cohen sent an email to Brian Collier about the tablets.
Uh-huh.
And then yesterday I sent a letter to Brian Collier about the tablets and CC'd Gary Cohen. Well, Gary Cohen replied to me, and I guess he just hit reply all and said, he said, yeah, he didn't even have the decency to respond to me. And Brian responded.
Well, it got a response.
So it got a response, yeah. I mean, so at least we know we're on the radar. But, I mean.
Well, we're on the radar, yeah.
So, I mean, they do have a committee and it's in the process. But we're 25 days into the first of the year, and they told us we'd know something after the first of the year. and I'm ready to know something.
I think yeah.
I mean, we deserve the right to be on the tablets just as anybody else does, but we're not the only third-party person wanting to be on the apps. That's what it boils down to. So now where we've been going for 3 years trying to get on the tablets, now we're being lumped up with all the other third-party people wanting to be on the tablets.
I think possibly they make more money with the other.
That's exactly.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you give a least. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. It's prison radio. From Paris to Polanski. Bonjour, mi amor. In my dreams, I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. To the men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio. And to all the laughers, the men sitting on the road, try to keep your heads up. You ain't me if you got hope. It's Friday.